Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my August 2020 favorites. We are well and truly now going into the autumn months, and I've actually got quite a lot of things to show you guys. For a change, I've got a very large variety of things that I'm going to show you guys, of things that I've been loving over the month of August. So first off, let's start off with face-based products. So the first one is this foundation from Colourpop. It's one of their latest releases. It is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. The shade that I bought was medium 100W, and it's absolutely great. It's a medium to full buildable coverage foundation, very moisturizing and hydrating on the skin. Absolutely love it, feels amazing. Another one that I've been loving, and I think I was loving this last month and the month before as well. It would be helpful if they put the name on here. I own a lot of foundations. I can't remember what they're called. I think it's called the Skin Fauxxdation, and my shade is in FX 10.5. This is a dupe of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. It's absolutely amazing. It's full coverage. It does not transfer. It keeps my skin looking matte throughout the day, and I absolutely love this. And then on the other end of the spectrum is this one here by L'Oreal. It is their Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream Perfecting Healthy Glow, and my shade is in Light 02. This isn't necessarily a foundation, that's why it's called a tinted water cream. It's basically supposed to be like a tinted moisturizer. I personally feel it's more like a foundation because it's not got the same kind of pigmentation as a tinted moisturizer. To me, a tinted moisturizer is a moisturizer with a hint of pigment to it, whereas this one is definitely a lot more pigmented and more going towards kind of being a foundation. It's not for those people who've got oily skin out there, because it is a very much a water-based kind of product, and therefore it will start to move around on your face quite quickly, especially if you've got oily skin. This is great for people who've got dry skin. I've got normal to combination skin, so it worked quite well on evening out my skin tone. It's not something that I reach for all the time. It's definitely one of those base face products that I tend to reach for when I'm going for a more natural kind of look and I want you to be able to see my skin underneath. Next is concealers. This one shouldn't surprise you, and it's actually finished, and I have repurchased a new one. It is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer by Urban Decay, and my shade is in 50WY. This is my holy grail concealer. I use it all the time. It brightens my under eye area. It doesn't move. It's full coverage, but it's not thick. It's got a very nice even texture to it, so it blends out beautifully. It doesn't crease, it doesn't move, it doesn't crepe, and it doesn't make me look aged, and I absolutely love it. Another one that kind of comes in and out of my favorites videos over the months is this one by L'Oreal, which is the Infallible More Than Concealer. My shade is in Amber 332. Again, it's got a very nice full coverage texture to it. Looks beautiful under the eyes, and obviously is incredibly affordable. And another one that I've been re-loving is this one by NYX Cosmetics. It's from their Can't Stop Won't Stop range, and my shade is in True Beige. This one is slightly thicker than the other two. It still has a full coverage feel. Needs a little bit more blending out than the other two ones that I've shown you guys. This shade as well is quite brightening for me, even though my skin color has got lighter over the years due to acid exfoliation, sunscreen, etc. I still find this one slightly brighter. So if you are around my skin tone, this will only really work for you if you are a couple of shades lighter than me. The Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. My shade is in Blondie. This is one of my holy grail setting powders. I always show this in my favorites videos, generally when I've actually purchased it, because I don't tend to always use the same kind of product. Sometimes I like to switch them around, wait till one finishes, then I buy another one. So this is one that I've been using over the past month. I love that it's so very finely milled. It's not clunky or chunky, so it brushes off the face easily. I tend to not use this to set my foundation because the shade is actually quite yellow for my skin tone. So I tend to use it to set my concealer under my eyes. Unfortunately, the next shade up, which is a little bit lighter, is too white for me, go figure. So that's why I generally tend to use this one, as I'd rather one which was a little bit dark for me than one that is too white, and then it's very obvious when you've got a white cast on your skin. The one and only powder that I've been using to bronze up my face is this one by Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Airbrush Bronzer. My shade is in number 2 medium. I use this every single day to contour my face. I'm using it now. I have been using this steadily since I bought it 2 months ago. There's a nice little dent in the middle, and bear in mind this is refillable, so once this finishes, rather than have to purchase an entire new one, I can buy a refill. I like the fact that these are so big as well. I will show you one of Charlotte Tilbury's blushes, which I happen to have with me in this video, just to give you a size comparison. So you can see here how big this is in comparison to this one here. I love the fact that this contours my face beautifully. I love the fact that it's soft, finely milled. It's not got any sparkle to it. It is a flat matte color, which makes it very easy to contour your face. And as I just showed it to you, I may as well show it to you now. It is the Cheek to Chic. They're called Swish and Glow blushes, and this is in the shade Pillow Talk Intense. So this is one that was released for deeper skin tones. It works well on medium skin tones as well. I generally prefer to use the central shade and a slightly more of the outside shade, otherwise it can be too dark for my skin tone. I tend to use this just to give myself a nice healthy glow to the cheeks. Rather than a bronzy kind of glow, it gives me more of a pinky purpley kind of glow. I love the quality and texture of this as well. Very similar to the quality of the Airbrush bronzer, but obviously the central shade is a little bit shimmery and the outside shade is matte, so you get a nice texture on the skin. I've got textured skin, so I generally tend to stay away from shimmery powders because all they do is accentuate that texture, but I don't find that that happens with this. I'm going to show you an oldie but a goodie. Do you remember the Clinique cheek pops and when they were so popular? So I've still got all of mine and I'd forgotten about them, so I've started reusing them, and this one is in the shade Peach Pop. So it's a beautiful orangey shade which shows up on medium and deep skin tones as a very strong peach colour, and if you've got fairer skin it will show up more orange. I love the quality of these. I love the texture of these. They're absolutely excellent. You are probably sick of seeing this one. This one is by Cover FX. It is their Monochromatic blush duo and my shade is in Mojave Mauve. I show this every month. I'm obsessed with this. I'm actually not wearing it today, surprisingly, considering I'm wearing pink. Normally I would have gone with this, but I decided to go for something a bit more baby pink today because of the hoodie that I'm wearing. And this one, I always tend to use this shade here. I don't like shimmery shades for the reason that I've already given, because I've got textured skin. But this shade here is such a gorgeous, I don't know why it's called Mojave Mauve. There's nothing mauve about this, it's pink. It's like a deep-ish pink. Perfect for medium and deep skin tones. Incredibly pigmented, very smooth to apply, doesn't accentuate texture and lasts all day. Right, what shall I move on to next? Let's show some highlighters. I've got two to show you guys today. This one here is another one that I show quite often. It is the Nabla Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder. Long name. And it is in the shade Amnesia. It's a beautiful golden metallic shade, no shimmer in it whatsoever. I prefer to like metallic highlighters rather than shimmery ones. Again, for the third time mentioning, because I've got textured skin. If you've got texture on your skin, generally stay away from glittery highlighters because all they do is just accentuate, and it doesn't even look that nice as well. Glittery kind of things look better on the eyes rather than on the face, unless of course that's the kind of look you're going for. The quality of this is excellent. It really gives a glass skin kind of look to the face, and I think it's excellent quality. Another one I'm going to show you guys is this one here by Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Magic Star highlighter, which was released recently. This was a re-release from the end of 2019's holiday collection. I actually forgot to mention that in my review video. Thankfully somebody was like, is this a, yeah, and yeah, you were right, yeah. But I love this. I have used this every single day since I bought it. That's the reason why I've only got 2 highlighters to show you guys. Normally I've got a couple, but this month it's because as soon as I got this one, all other ones just went to the side, and that is what I've been using it today. I love it. The quality is excellent. The texture is excellent. The way that it glows against my skin tone is excellent. I cannot say anything else other than excellent. I absolutely love it. Okay, now let's move on to the eyes, shall we? So I've got a Colourpop eyeshadow palette, which I haven't shown you guys in ages because I don't generally tend to buy Colourpop that much anymore. And this is the Sweet Talk pressed powder palette, you guys. Oh, I love it. It's gorgeous. The most beautiful peachy kind of colors, orangey colors with a couple of browns thrown in, metallic shades, and then there are glittery shades, and I love the glitter in these. You literally do not need any kind of adhesive or primer to use these kind of pressed glitters. You literally press your finger against it and then you just tap it on and it is stuck. Doesn't fall off, doesn't come off, doesn't flake, doesn't transfer to other parts of my face. and I absolutely love it. This is gorgeous against, in particular, medium skin tones, because medium skin tones tend to work really well when it comes to peachy, orangey, golden kind of colours. So you guys would really love this. The Natasha Denona Bronze Eyeshadow Palette. Oh my god, you guys. I've not been able to put this down since I bought it. That's why it's probably been in the last 3 favorites videos. I use it all the time. It is particularly useful for those of us medium and deep skin gals that want something more neutral to wear to work, something a bit more golden, something that is more typically and stereotypically flattering against our golden skin tones. The quality of this palette is absolutely excellent. I've done a review on it. You guys can check it out. I love it. One that I've dug out of the archives, or recent-ish archives, is the Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, I'm showing quite a few Charlotte Tilbury products today, surprise, eh? It is the Pillow Talk Instant Eyeshadow Palette. When did this come out? Was it last year? Because this year is just, let's be honest, this year has been a bit of a write-off, so I keep forgetting what month I'm in, especially considering we're going into September, you guys. September's my birth month. I'm not ready to be a year older. Yeah, so I digress. The Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eyeshadow Palette, absolutely excellent, gorgeous, love it. It is not good for deep skin tones. Personally, I would say it's more suited towards fair and medium skin tones. There are a couple of shades that would work well with deep skin tones, but as you guys know, what is the point of buying something where you can only use a minority of the shades? It's literally not worth the money, especially considering this is worth, what, 60 quid or something? So if you do have deeper skin tone, I would steer clear of it. If you've got fair, medium skin tones, definitely look into it. If I had to choose, considering the Natasha Denona one is also 60 quid, I would say go with the Natasha Denona one, just purely because I just think it's better. A little random eye product here is the Charlotte Tilbury again. God, she's not sponsoring this video, by the way. I paid for all these things myself. This is the Pillow Talk Jewel Pot. So basically, oh my god, a chunk just fell out. I swear this is like £25, you know. Literally just fell out in front of me. It is a cream eyeshadow basically in the Pillow Talk shade. This is like a mauvey pink, gorgeous against fair, medium and deep skin tones, I would say. Despite the fact that they have released one which is for deeper skin tones, I would still say that this would work well for you no matter how deep your skin is, because it is a shimmery colour. If something was matte and this colour, it would look great against your skin tone and mine, surprisingly. But because it's got shimmer in it, meaning that the light sparkles, like the light bounces off of the shimmers, it will look amazing against your skin tone no matter what colour it is. The Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid eyeliner, does this really need any introduction? The only reason that I keep throwing this one and this one in every month is because I know I've got new subscribers, hi by the way, and just so that you guys can see how much I love this product and this one here. So let's start off with the liquid liner by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I rave about this all the time. I've got so many backups of this as well. It is hands down my favorite liquid eyeliner that I've come across in a really long time, because it ticks in particular all the boxes that I'm looking for. It may not be what other people are, but for me, because I've got a disability with my hand, that's why I hold things a certain way. I'm sure some of you have probably noticed in the past, I've got this like bone, like there's just bone sticking out and my muscle's dead. Look at it there and look at it there. Long story short, I was born with a deformity, whatever. So for me, it is very important to be able to hold something in a certain way, get a proper grip on it so that I can glide it easily across my eyes. Because this has got a felt tip nib and not a brush, I find that it's still sturdy enough and it's got enough of a bend that it doesn't flap all over the place. That can happen with brush type of eyeliners because of the fibers on the actual brush itself. Because there are no fibers on this, I don't have to worry about that happening. It's fully opaque. It doesn't need more than one layer. I've got full control over it. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't bleed. Even when I've got caught in the rain, it hasn't come off. Even when I've cried, it hasn't come off, yeah? So I think it's absolutely excellent. It Cosmetics Brow Power, which is my hands down holy grail brow product. I'm using it right now. I've already got a backup of this as this is about to finish. It comes in one shade, Universal Taupe, and it's got the pencil on one end and then a spoolie brush on the other. And the reason why I like this is because it's completely up to you as the consumer, depending on what your hair color is, depending on what your skin color is, it's up to you how dark you want the shade to be. If you want it to just tidy up a couple of gaps, just go in very, very lightly. If you want a more powerful, more strong, more obvious looking brow, you press a little bit harder, then the color comes out a lot more darker. And that's why I love this product so much. It doesn't move, it stays in place, and it makes my eyebrows look relatively natural. The eyelashes to show you guys. First, let's start off with these ones that I'm wearing right now. These are by Coco Lashes in the style Demi G, Absolutely love them. As you guys or should know by now, the style of eyelashes that I tend to wear are very, very similar. They're all very spiky but quite thick. I like to be able to wear eyelashes you can see. Now, I know there are people out there that wear really short, stumpy ones. Why don't you just wear mascara, man? What's the point of wearing eyelashes? Like, I like to wear eyelashes that you can actually see I've got eyelashes on, and that's why I always tend to go for this same sort of style. They're very flattering, they're very sultry, quite sexy as well. And in this day and age where we all got to be wearing masks all the time, all you can see is my eyes, so at least they got to look good, right? So let me show you guys another pair that I have. Forgive me, they look a bit grubby because they've got lash glue stuck on them. These ones here are in the style Iconic by the brand called House of Lashes. I love these for the exact reason I've already given. And then I've got these Huda Beauty ones, which are in the style called Lottie. They are called Luxe Silk, because I believe they're made of fake silk. I don't know. Something like that. I actually got these on sale a while ago. And they're not spiky in the same way that I tend to go for, like the ones I'm wearing right now. What I like about... I love them. They're long, they're not too thick, but they're still fluttery enough to look beautiful and sexy. Right, let's move on to lipsticks now. I've got quite a few to show you guys. Let's start off with the one I'm wearing, which is this one here by Maybelline. It is their Superstay Matte Inks. If you guys saw one of my recent makeup hauls, I bought a whole load of the matte inks because I absolutely love the texture. I love the quality of them, and I have been consistently using pretty much all of them throughout the month of August. So like I said, this is the one that I'm wearing now, and the reason why I like the quality of these so much is because they are liquid lipsticks, but they never completely dry down. They always feel slightly tacky. So if that doesn't bother you, you will love these as well. They don't really come off at all as well, and even if they do come off, or like when you're eating food or if you've had something to drink, the colour still remains on the lips. And for somebody like me, I always find it quite difficult finding liquid lipsticks which come in paler shades like pale pink, like this one here, without it settling within the lines of my lips because of the kind of texture it has. And that doesn't happen with these, so I love them so much. So this one is Inspira. Then I've got this other one here called Savant, which is another pale pink. This one is even paler than the one that I'm wearing right now. It looks stunning. And this one here called Front Runner, which is like a raspberry kind of shade, like a raspberry purple almost. It looks gorgeous. And then this one here, which is Pathfinder, which is probably the one that I've worn the most, is another kind of deepish pink shade, but again with a hint of raspberry. I'd say the other one, which is a little bit deeper. This one is definitely more of a typical raspberry kind of shade, and it looks stunning. And then this one here, which is called Seductress, which is like a caramel brown sort of shade, looks gorgeous against medium skin tones. So out of all of the ones that I bought, these were the ones that I've definitely used the most over the month of August. Then I've also got this shade here, which is a MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Colour. It's in the shade Dance With Me. I love the quality of this. Not all of them are good. Some of them are a bit of a miss and some of them are a hit. This one is definitely more of a hit. It is a beautiful red shade, but it's not completely red. It's almost got a hint of pink to it. So it looks, again, like a raspberry shade. You see a theme going on here. And these ones dry down completely matte. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like matte liquid lipsticks because they feel too matte on the lips, you won't like this. But for those of you that don't mind so much, you would like this a lot. I actually find this one to be very, very good quality. And then two things from Huda Beauty. I don't know why I keep the packaging. Am I the only one who does this? Like when it comes to certain things. This is one of her liquid matte lipsticks, and this is in the shade Heartbreaker, and I've got the lip contour with it, which is basically a lip pencil. It is a bright red shade. It looks amazing against medium and deep skin tones. I use this one quite a lot. Huda Beauty's liquid lipsticks are one of my favorite brands that have one of the best qualities. I really wish she'd come out with more colors. It's like these have been the same colors for the past couple of years. She keeps releasing eyeshadow palettes, but she doesn't capitalize on one of her products, which is actually very, very good quality. It dries down beautifully, but because it's got quite a liquidy consistency, it doesn't get that same feel like, for example, Anastasia Beverly Hills, which are very, very matte, but they're quite thick as well. The thinner the texture, the more likely it is to sit a lot more comfortably on the lips as well. And then you don't get that gross, you know, gross feeling on your lips that you get with some of them. Got one more thing to show you in terms of makeup. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Micro Finishing Pressed Powder. My shade is in number 2. I actually bought this when I went to IMATS the first time. Shame on you, Charlene. I was so bad at remembering some things that I've bought in the past. Completely forgotten. But yeah, this one here it kind of looks a bit white on camera for some reason. It's definitely a very more yellowy kind of shade. My Charlotte Tilbury powder finished. I have got a backup of that, but I really just wanted to use this one. It's not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury one, but it does the job as I'm trying to use it up. It works well against my medium skin tone. It keeps everything relatively matte on the face. I would still say the Charlotte Tilbury one is a lot better, but this one is pretty good. Now let's move on to skincare. Let's move on to sunscreens. First off, you guys shouldn't be surprised to see this. This is the Can Make Tokyo Mermaid Skin Gel SPF 50. I ordered this off Amazon. I had to wait for it 3 to 4 weeks to get to me from Japan. It is the best SPF I have ever used, ever. And I've used quite a few of them. And the reason why is because it's got a very gel-like texture to it. It feels like velvet against your skin. It doesn't have that oily residue that a lot of SPFs have. And plus, because it's a gel, it's completely clear. There is no rubbing in to get rid of the white cast or anything like that. It smooths beautifully over the skin. It doesn't interfere with your makeup, and it's just amazing. Another one that I got recently, and I have to thank one of you guys for this. So whoever you were that recommended that I get this, give yourself a pat on the back. I do read my comments now and then when I remember. It is this SPF here, which is called the Heliocare Advanced Gel Sunscreen. It is also SPF 50. And like I said, one of you guys recommended that I bought this, and I did off of Amazon. It was only like £12, which is pretty good, decent in price. It's 50 ml. And the thing with this, I'm not sure if you can see, it's kind of gone a bit gross in the middle. It is, it's not white. It's kind of like beige. It's the only way I can describe it. It's beige. And it's got a very nice consistency to it. It's not oily at all. And because it is this color, there is no white cast whatsoever. And again, it's SPF 50. It doesn't interfere with my makeup. It's not oily or greasy or anything like that. It's definitely not as good as the Can Make one, but it's decent enough. And like I said, it blends in beautifully. Let me just blend it into my hand so you can see. And it's gone. See that? It's gone. Nice texture to it. Definitely not oily. And no need to rub it in. My hand is a lot darker in tone to my face at the moment, because that's the area when I'm driving that gets the most sun, you know, like that. So my hands are darker. So if there was a white cast, you would definitely see it. And like I said, you can't see anything. All right, now the last few bits of skincare that I'm going to show you guys, and I'm actually going to do a proper review of these another time, probably next week, is the entire Pixi Clarity range, which I bought at the beginning of August. So I've actually been using the whole range for the entire month of August. So the whole range consists of 4 products. So the first off is the Clarity Cleanser, which contains salicylic acid and probiotics. It is a clarifying cleanser, as it says, and it is a gel type of cleanser, so it's not foaming at all. I tend to use this as part of my double cleansing routine at night, and then I also use this in the morning just to wash off any residue from the night before off of my face. My face feels really nice and clean, and it has kept me relatively spot free, I would say. Then moving on to the Clarity Tonic, which again contains salicylic acid and probiotics. It also contains various other ingredients, but again, when I do the proper review, I will go into that in a lot more detail. This is about that way. It's about half finished. So again, that just goes to show how quickly you go through these, considering I've been using it a month. However, I have been using it in the morning and at night as well to just cleanse over my face after I've washed it, to remove any remaining products and whatever it is, as well as obviously getting the best out of the ingredients in this. And it hasn't burnt my skin or felt weird or anything like that. And then following on is the Clarity Concentrate Clarifying Serum. And this contains things like lactic acid, salicylic acid, and I believe it has glycolic acid in it as well. And what this is supposed to do is refine the look of your pores. And it's also there to make your skin look a lot more even and a lot more smooth. And I, funnily enough, have noticed that my past couple of videos, quite a few of you have gone, Oh, what foundation are you wearing? Oh, what da da da. You need to remember that it's not the foundation that's making my skin look good. It is the products that I'm using underneath. And if over the past few months you have noticed that my skin is looking a certain way in videos, it's not because of the foundation, it's because of what I've been using. And that would be this entire range. So if you are thinking, oh, her skin's looking nicer than normal. And then the last thing is the Clarity Lotion, which contains, it says, ceramides and willow bark. So it's basically their moisturizer. It's an oil-free moisturizer. It's very hydrating and very light. I tend to use this at night time and sometimes in the morning, but I'm also testing out another moisturizer, so I've kind of been like using a bit of both. I really like this moisturizer actually. I'm more of a fan of the gel type of moisturizers, especially in the daytime, because they feel a lot lighter on the skin. They're still moisturizing, but they don't have that heaviness, because if you remember, once you've done all of these steps, then the moisturizer, then you've got to apply sunscreen, then your foundation. When you've got a very heavy moisturizer on your face, it can interfere with the other products moving around and waiting ages for it to settle into the skin. Another thing I like about this is that it sinks into the skin quite quickly as well, and my face feels really refreshed. So I'm very happy with this Clarity range altogether. God, there were so many things to show you guys. Wow. So that was it for my August 2020 favorites. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.